Hello, my little weirdos. Uh, I have been quiet relatively the last few days for a variety of reasons. And one of them is I have been waiting to see how some of these things going on plays out. One of which, of course, are the war texts. um, But it actually gets worse. I woke up this morning. I was getting ready to read you something. And then I thought, just let Brian Tyler Cohen tell him yourself. So,
In a bombshell update coming in the immediate aftermath of top Trump security officials inviting a reporter into an unsecured group chat to discuss war planning, the German publication Der Spiegel has released a piece titled Private Data and Passwords of Senior U.S. Security Officials Found Online. Donald Trump's most important security advisors used Signal to discuss an imminent military strike. Now reporting from Der Spiegel has found that the contact data of some of those officials, including mobile phone numbers, is freely accessible on the internet. According to that reporting, private contact details of the most important security advisors to U.S. President Donald Trump can be found on the internet. Der Spiegel reporters were able to find mobile phone numbers, email addresses, and even some passwords belonging to the top officials.
ruh-roh.
To do so, the reporters used commercial people search engines along with hacked customer data that has been published on the web. Those affected by the leaks include National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, and Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. Most of these numbers and email addresses are apparently still in use, with some of them linked to profiles on social media platforms like Instagram and LinkedIn. They were used to create Dropbox accounts and profiles in apps that track running data. There are also WhatsApp profiles for the respective phone numbers and even Signal accounts in some cases. As such, the reporting has revealed an additional grave, previously unknown security breach at the highest levels in Washington. Hostile intelligence services could use this publicly available data to hack the communication of those affected by installing spyware on their devices. It is thus conceivable that foreign agents were privy to the Signal chat group in which Gabbard, Waltz, and Hegseth discussed a military strike. In other words, the already disqualifying behavior of using Signal to discuss imminent war plans isn't the only way in which Trump's team has endangered our national security.
It's only 2 months. If the Biden administration or any Democratic administration had inconceivably done this, before I finish that wouldn't happen because we vet our people, and our people actually can read and follow directions, most of them. But if this had happened in a Democrat led administration, the Republicans would be pitching fits, having cows. I mean, just losing their flippin' minds. That would be all they talked about for the next decade. And that's just one thing in the midst of, oh my God, uh, the whole USHA and Greenland thing. I mean, and then John David said, oh, later on, days later, when it all starts to blow up, they're all like, well, I decided I don't want her to have all that fun alone, so I'm going with her. Yeah, because they're gonna rip her up. They're going to verbally tear her up. And she does not appear capable, from what she has shown so far, to really be that strong of a woman to just be say what? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? She's a dutiful little you know, trad wife kind of thing. She'll smile with her Indian heritage obvious on her face, while her husband glad hands is somebody who says Indians should all be killed. I mean, that's just. How do you sit there and just. While your husband disses you and says, while you're standing right there, she can't do anything. She has to just agree with everything I say and smile when I'm in front of everybody. Girl! He would not have made it into the car for someone like a Democrat woman would have tore into his ass. And I swear to you, even the white women would have had that head thing. Excuse me? Excuse me? Canadians would say, I beg your finest pardon. But Americans are like, hell no. What you say, man? What the hell did you say? I most certainly do not. Yeah, because I would have gone on her way. And that twerping, that's the that's the fire alarm. That's the monitor. I, they put it on a ceiling. How are you supposed to? If you don't have a step stool or something and you're 5'4", how the hell are you supposed to change the battery? Or when it goes into a test mode to hit it? I mean, seriously, put it on the freaking wall, about 6 feet up. At least it's something we can get to. Put it on the ceiling. It's like, what the fuck? It's. I know it has to be on the highest possible part because that's where it first gathers. But it's not helpful if it's just gonna sit there chirping because you can't replace the battery. You know? Sorry, I don't know what his problem is. I'm trying to ignore him. And he's starting with the claw. He'll take one claw and just poke it, and it hurts. It hurts. That's why I was like, "Ow!" So I gave him a little tap on the head and said, "Knock it off," because I've already followed him. He's still down here. Come on up here and show everybody that I'm not talking to to, to nothing. Oh, come on. Come up on the, come on. Now he's trying to stand on my foot. That's another thing I'll do. Come on up here. Come on, Rappy. He's being so recalcitrant. A brat. No, Mom. I'll just stay down here and annoy you so you can react and nobody sees me doing it. You are such a little brat. Sorry. And this is why I have no sponsors. No, it's not. Gotcha. Gotcha. Grabbed his arm. Sorry, his paw, his leg. He's going with Usha because they don't want anybody there. They don't want any of them there. And they're just so stupid. They're wasting our money because what's the purpose? Just to like drop by and say, "Hey, hey girl." No. And Greenlanders are not that frickin' stupid. Okay? Okay. MAGA. Okay, I brought him up here. The troublemaker. See, you could even see he's got a fat, feisty little... Ooh, see? Told you he was being a feisty boy. Ooh. Ooh, that was the tail hitting my glasses. Ooh, watch, watch. He's gonna see. He's gonna bolt away. Ready? Go. Maybe you'll think twice about poking me. Just poked him in the tummy. Um, you can see the tail flipping. He's all. Hi. Poke, 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 poke. Oh, and Marjorie. What did you? Oh, she went off on that British reporter. Girl, she basically told her to shut up and go back to her country. She said, "Go back to your country. I only want to talk to American reporter." And a guy was like, she goes, "You're an American reporter." And he goes, "Yeah, I want you to answer her question." I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "I'm not answering her question. Ask your own question." And so he asked that question. And she was just like, "I'm done." You know, Icamus. Ic- Iximus. The guy with the wings that flew to, he made wings and he flew too high to the sun. He got cocky and arrogant and he got, flew too high up and sun melted the wax and he fell down to earth and shame and disgrace. Um, Basically, you flew too high to the sun. You got too cocky. You got too arrogant about, ooh, I'm so awesome, you know? Look at me, look at my position. Look, I run that type of an attitude. And you get too big for your own britches kind of thing. And you wind up being so arrogant, you wind up totally failing, but epically, spectacularly failing. Not just effing up. Effing up in such grand scale fucked upness that it'll be remembered in infamy for forever just because of the absolute blithering stupidity, ignorance, arrogance. You stop paying any fucking attention because you think your shit doesn't stink, nothing can touch me, you know, I'll hide under Trump's little fucking wing and the courts won't hurt me, you know, that kind of crap. And 2 months in, they're already gotten to that point. So faster than even I um, conceived that they would. I mean, I thought there would be, a little bit of a honeymoon type of thing, but you know, I we should, and it's not just me. I mean, people like Jesse Dollamore and Farron Cousins and Brian Tyler Code, all of them have said, you know, in the last few weeks that it it, it's actually they've gone at a breakneck speed that even they did not anticipate. So I don't feel quite quite as inept because I just didn't fathom they wouldn't have it at least like a love bombing few weeks at the start of like, oh, I love you all and everything, and then have the hammer fall. We were kind of expecting that. We really didn't expect it from like day effing one. Great, I'm elected. This guy's part of the government. I know you didn't elect him. Fuck you. That's what we're doing. I mean, it's like been at a speed that has been really was not fathomed. It was unfathomed just several months ago. He's in a very, very feisty mood. Mr. Feisty Pants. Hmm. It's the only reason why I was. I know you. Oh, I was a little rough with him. Well, not really. Not when he's in a feisty mood like this, because he's feisty back. Aren't you? See, you don't usually see him just this far up on the chair arm. He's just feisty, so I'm gonna have to go defeist him. um, I will return. Okay. Sorry, I had to get a little bit of that feisty out of it. I just like jumped on him. He was all like indignant. Harass Purdue. I see you. I see you. um, yeah, they are en masse getting very arrogant, even to the press. I mean, outright in official, not even just like a reporter stops to talk to them type of thing. I mean, we're talking at official press conference, or it's. I'm a little stunned, really, by the amount of arrogance and like dismissiveness that they have with even the press, and how quickly it was and how harsh it is. I mean, no mellowing into anything. It just, okay, we got it. Fuck you all now. Fuck you, press, for covering us. Now we don't need you anymore. We're in control. That's what it's like. It's like not even just fuck you, Democrats. We're in control now. It's literally fuck the rest of you. We're in control now. Fuck the news. Fuck the media. Fuck papers. Fuck digital. Fuck you all. Fuck the courts. Hey, you know what? Fuck Congress. We're gonna pretend we only have two branches of government. And we won't even listen to the judicial one when they talk. This is how I'm trying to do videos. His claws caught on the feathery stuff. Playing with the cat to distract him so he doesn't knock my art stuff over while I'm trying to talk about current events. And the stupid thing, it's been about 24 hours now. It keeps doing it. Beep. You know how I admit my teletherapist just after a few minutes I was telling her, I told her what it was when you hear that. And after about 20 minutes she was like, every time it bleeped, which is, you hear how often, sometimes it's not for every several minutes. Sometimes it's every couple. And after a while, every time it beeped, it chirped, it would like, you'd see a slight eye flutter. Because it was starting to annoy her. And I said, and the reason it doesn't, it's stuff I figured out how to outcycle myself. And she was just laughing her rear. She was literally laughing. And I said, because I just started thinking, since I'm having a hard time getting to it, and I actually got to it to turn the button up, but I can't get the stupid thing open to get the damn battery out. So I told her, so I've just told my little brain that it's just an adorable little cricket hiding in the house who gives me a little one chirp every now and then. And, it's just, it's too cold outside. So he's like my little house pet cricket. So every time he chirps, it's like, oh, hi, honey. I love you too. And she was like, just, she's just, she's just started really, cackling, laughing. And, uh, and I said, and the funny thing is, I know I'm psyching myself into thinking that. But if I think, oh, it's just a cricket every time, because it does kind of sound like a loud cricket, um, it's not near as annoying. It's true. Um, yeah. So I don't know, it's a little worrisome that, but it works because it used, for a while it was like every time I did that I was like, shut up. And I would start talking to it. Every time it chirped, I'm like, shut up! Shut up! I didn't ask for your opinion. And the first few times in my therapy yesterday, every time it would chirp, I'm like, I didn't ask for your opinion. And, and then I finally said, you know what? I am willing you into being just a cricket in my house. And ever since then, it I was able to sleep easily. It didn't wake me up or anything. Which probably isn't a good thing to get so used to hearing the chirp of your fire carbon monoxide detector that you just sleep right through it. But to be fair, when it goes off for real, it's not just a chirp, it's a chirp, chirp, chirp. It's like piercing. So, um, that's the other reason why I kept making videos to low, to nothing yesterday because of that blasted thing. But I'm going to be finishing getting the rest of the boxes that are on the. I got this stuff out from the living room, but all the boxes from this terrible cold weather. It wasn't just bitter cold, but there was so many days of real wind. Even yesterday got windy towards the later afternoon, evening, early evening. It got seriously windy for a couple hours. Um, I'll get a crate, and I can do a crate. I can stand up on a crate because I don't have a step ladder. I wish I had one of those those folding step ladder type things. I wish I had one of those things. But they're like $40 for the cheapest one. That obviously won't just fold. The cheaper ones is like, oh, we don't hold more than 120 pounds. Well, most of us are more than 120 pounds. Most of us are. um, yeah, a decent one. That's the cheapest. That, is strong. Is like $40. I looked them up a couple years ago, so I'm sure they haven't gone down, especially now with steel and shit. Um, I'll see if I can get the crate, then I can get the damn thing to shut up. Um, Also, with that signal uh, war text group, um, one of the military personnel that was could have been put in danger, or was put in danger by all of that being disclosed on signal. She blasted. Oh my God, she blasted what happened. Um, as well, she should have. Could have gotten her husband and all his teammates decimated. So that's 2 months in. I don't want to go on a rant. Let's save the rants hopefully till tomorrow, the Friday. We'll do the rant into the weekend series. We'll start that. We'll start the rant before the weekend. So just a little week wrap up of what the fuck happened this week. And just rant it out into the weekend so we have a partially calm. I was gonna say, I'm trying to think of a word. A partially non disastrous weekend. We got used to the 4 years of not having to worry the minute you open your eyes. Has anything fucking happened yet with anything? I mean, honestly, the last few years of his first term, a lot of us were like that when he started getting a little more confident being in the White House. Um, Now he already knows his way around the job. And he'll get every way he can get around doing his job. Um, but it's definitely more dangerous now. And I definitely did not, along with a lot of others, people that are way professional in this, it's their job, didn't expect it to come this fast and just we expected the fast and disaster we expected the disastrous, and we expected it to have with haste, post haste type of thing, but most of us did not expect, I mean, seriously, that much day one. There were a dozen or so things that were all day one on his thing, but the massive extent of it even surprised me. Um, and that has thrown some of us off for a bit. But now that we're getting into we see where this is going and how it's going and why, and um, instead of getting discouraged and just, every time we get close to the top of the hole, they do something else to kick us in more. Yeah, but you ain't never going to get out of the hole if you don't keep trying. So, the only ones getting us out of the hole are us. Don't expect the courts to throw a line down. Um, and you can see the Democratic leadership isn't exactly the ones in leading the Democrats are not exactly on fire. They're really not. They're barking up the same tree, and I'm talking to you, Chuck Schumer, especially. Piss and get off the pot. You're only 13 years older than me. You can't possibly be that fucking out of touch with youth. I mean, some of that shit, quite a bit of that shit. Even for my 30 something, niece nephews group. Even I'm like, some of this shit is like, I'm not registering what some of that shit you're even talking about is. Okay, so yeah, I'm not saying I'm all like, with the younger crowd, but at least I fucking understand the concept of what they're talking about, you know? And if you tell me, well, Signal it's like an encrypted messaging app that you can delete right away and can never trace it type of thing. It's like, oh, okay, I get that. And you don't have to tell me every fucking time you mention it, you know? I'm definitely not tech savvy. But I can learn, you know? Um, Chuck, man, dude, I know you're trying, but you need to let somebody else take the lead. Um, you need people like Bernie. I know he's not in the house. Jasmine Crockett is. Uh, AOC is. And right now, it's not a matter of your pride or the older Democrats' pride. Well, they're young, like she's a freshman. AOC isn't a freshman anymore. Crockett, yes. AOC needs her shot while she's young. Um, and I'm not saying she's not going to be good when she's older, but I'm just saying we need to grab her for a spot that she's going to galvanize in on a much wider swath than she does now. And I mean, she's crocketed so many people already in the government. Just been like, bam, mic drop, crocketed. Man, she's been crocketed. Ooh, Marjorie's been crocketed a few times. People need to have the dignity, Chuck Schumer, to be where you're most useful. You have a lot of wisdom. You have knowledge, Chuck. Um, you do have a passion. You do. You love America the way it should be. But I'm 62, and you're in your 70s. It's okay to say, man, I'm getting tired. It's okay to say, some of that ever present energy is every day. It's just not there all the time anymore. And that's okay. You're older, but acknowledge it. Enough with the ego, please. You guys, enough with the ego. Step down and let somebody who has the vision and the energy and the drive to galvanize everybody and see it through to that envisioned end. And you have quite a few people that are already could do that job. It couldn't do it any worse, let's put it that way. And there's quite a few people that you guys should be you should be fostering more. You should be focusing more on advancing. Some people need to have their voices amplified a little, and they're not a pick me too kind of person in the groups, and but I've been watching, and this person is a female, and they have, and I'm not going to say who it is, but there's more than just that person that have this let me at him, listen, listen, I have a good idea type of person. um you need the younger people because technology and the different areas, um, like podcasts now. 5 years ago, podcasts weren't like they are now. Just because it's not a political podcast doesn't mean you can't say, hey, and I'm talking to you reps and, senators and representatives. If it's a local one, say, hey, I know you don't generally talk about politics, but I mean, do you want to do a segment on with their local rep? I bet you there's quite a few, especially local podcasts, that would be like, hell yeah, get my name out. Yeah, 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 yeah. But at the same time, you're getting their audiences that you might not normally reach to listen because they trust the podcaster to listen to you. Those kind of things I did not see many Democrats doing. You can't stand in front of the Capitol and yell lame chants anymore. And somebody either has to mentor Chuck, or Chuck needs to step down if he's tired and doesn't want to learn more technology stuff. I get that, and a lot of us get that, and we certainly would not look down on you, but you need to either get with the gig, dude, or let somebody else be the minority speaker. And you've done and encouraged a lot of really good shit. And I'm not taking any of that away. I'm not even saying you're not up to the job of a congressperson. I'm just saying maybe being the one that always has to be the leader and the chairperson, maybe it's just time for somebody with a little more energy, you know, to do it. And that is absolutely no shame at all. I mean, for God's sake, Um, then you and Bernie could do some tours together. And I'm not being an asshole. I'm 62. I can joke about older people. Um, but really, Chuck, you need to get somebody that's going to bring some fire to that microphone. Wake those Democrats up and be like, hello, what's up, man? What'd you do today? Somebody that's got that. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get in there. And you're not getting that with Chuck anymore. You're just getting a lot of, oh wait, maybe these would work better. I'm gonna read what this here says, and I'm gonna read my thing, and we mean that. We really mean that. I mean, dude, not super effective anymore. Not effective at all anymore, actually, except to be a meme. So, me and my pink glasses trying to look disdainful or thoughtful. The library. Gots to go, dude. That librarian look, that shh, it's gots to go. Mhm. It just says old and tired. I'm sorry, Chuck. But it does. Either either take a dab or two or let someone else be the minority speaker. For real, dude. For real, okay? For real. I mean, I don't know if a joint's gonna make a difference for you or not, but all I'm saying is gives you a different perspective. You should try it, Chuck.